Okay. Good evening, everyone. Let's see who have we got here today. Bob and Tina, how are you both? And Damien. Excellent. Okay. So if we can just do a nice little sound check, that would be great. Let's see. Somebody do a sound check for me. Yep. Hi, good. Thanks. Yep. So the sound's all right? Sounds good. Okay. Thanks, Tina. All right. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. What I'd like people to do tonight is perhaps see if there's a currency or a time frame in a trade that's there, and we can call the trade and perhaps put the trade on. So what I'd like you to do is perhaps either you've already got a currency, you can use your own currency, or you can just pick any currency you'd like and cycle through it and see if there's an alert that's occurred or there's a confirmed. Anyway, something that looks interesting that perhaps a trade might come from, and then we can go through the process of actually assessing it and moving on from there. Okay, there's more probably to be learned by actually identifying and confirm vertical line and perhaps seeing there's a re-entry or an entry. Okay, so does everybody understand what I'd like them to do? I like to go and try Monday nights as live trading. So people in different currencies saw a trade, they can actually get the focus put on that trade and see if there's actually a trade, because a lot of times a Monday night there is a trade happening. Okay, and then the process of actually going through there and assess the three things, step 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay, so and that's probably why you've seen 4 currencies here, because really with the template, whichever one you want to use, you can use the auto assessor from last week. You can use the 8-hour report, whichever one. Okay. If you really want to go and do it in your own currency, that's fine. Okay. If you're doing a currency that you're not normally doing, or your currency is not doing anything, and you just want to pick one that you're curious about, what we're looking for is okay. It wants to think a little bit. Okay. Yes, it still wants to think. So go through the time frames and see if there's a confirmed trade, where there's an alert just occurred, etc. Okay, and there is, we can go through the process of seeing whether we can enter now or sometime in the near future, within that 40 minutes. Okay, so since I can only do one currency at a time, perhaps if each of you take 3 to 4 minutes to go through a currency, you can either just use one chart and go through the time frames, or just quickly load it up, and then we'll go with the one that has an unfulfilled confirmed line. Yep. Or one that looks like could be a jumping diamond. Yeah. So doesn't really matter which currency you pick. Okay, so if at any stage you're curious about a currency, you want to see what it's like, you can select that. Okay, because once again, whatever currency we put it on, the template's actually going to go and put it in a format and framework that has the same meaning. Okay, so we're going to go and have channel lines. We're going to have current high and low diamonds. We're going to have vertical lines. We're going to have shadings. Okay, remember, the most important line is a confirmed vertical line. Yeah, because confirmed vertical line tells us that it's either there's a current high present or a current low, depending which color it is. Okay, so pound Aussie at the moment looks like it has a current high and it's had a few jumping diamonds. Yeah. So this is Rob Domingo's favorite currency. So yeah. So if you'd like to go through, or you've already got one that's doing an alert that you want to ask me to go and go through and assess and see if there's a trade, please take the time now to go through and have a look, okay? And 7:06, so 7:10. If nobody's come up with a one that's got a confirmed line, etc., and maybe somebody can put a hand up as to which currency. Failing that, I'll just go through each of these and see if there's something I can go and work with. Yeah. Okay. So you should minimize your zoom and pull up your MT4. Okay, we've got something happening. Okay, so Gina says AUD M30. Let's go to AUD M30. Come on. Okay. Okay. So, yep. So here we have a confirmed okay. So confirmed buy. All right. So we can all see that we have a LG trend alert. Okay. So that's the supervisor assessor. Okay. So basically it's confirmed that there was a confirmed blue, and that's why it's drawn a vertical line. So it actually assesses river lines. Then if it finds one of them has met criteria, then it'll actually draw a vertical line. Okay, our job is to give a quick double check on its observation and assessment. And here we can see, okay, so once again, best way to go and assess it is to use the trade assessor, yeah? So, but the one thing we do know, because this one is not a one where it's walking the line, that means it's missing some criteria. It's actually got all the criteria, hasn't it? It's got a vertical line alert, which is one of the questions. Okay, it's got a current low because it's a vertical blue line. It's suggesting that the current time frame low. Okay, we have the orange timing line below a dotted yellow or green center line, and we don't have to worry about shading because all the shading in Windows 2, 3, and 4, and 5 are green. Yeah, so it's got 100% criteria met. Okay, so okay, so if we had assessed it at that point and it made criteria, trade would have been entered. One of the best things to do, okay, is to mark it up. Trade management lines. Okay, so this one's gone up and we're looking for re-entry, okay? So let's just mark this trade. 15. Yep, so this is one of the benefits of multi-chart. You can actually go to each time frame and have a look, and you don't have to wait as you Does it go up? So it really should. Okay. So even just marking that line from the 30 going down to 15, you can see that the 15 had its own confirmed blue line, which reached the current high time frame diamond, an exit diamond. Okay, center line still green. Yeah, so possible jumping diamond. Well, definitely possible jumping diamond by diamond. Yep, and into 5. Okay, so okay, some of the things while we're waiting, you can see that it's got the future line and the trade management line underneath. So solid bounce points. Okay, so price gets back, the lightest touch or spike through green center line. And these bounce points. Okay, so I must be waiting for a, yep. Okay, there it is. Okay, so over here, okay, so these are areas where asking the jumping diamond criteria, yeah. Okay, so which in the scenario of the higher time frames, and this is where the the horizontal lines from the 30 minutes. So the 30 minute is a 20 pip default. What's the default stop level for the Aussie China? Okay. Low. Okay. Must be 30. Must be a 30 and an hour for might be a 30 pip stop level. Aussie. Okay, so let's go back to our 30 minutes and mark it out fully, so we can see where the 30 minute wants to go to. Okay, so the 30 minute, if it's channel or 30 pips. Okay, so our 1-for-1 trade line would be, yep, 71, 130. Okay. I just have to go and make it. Okay, so somewhere between where price is here and going up to the first trade line, we'd be looking for either a diamond to appear before it hits the trade line, or it gets to the 1-for-1. Okay, so that's what a vertical line, confirmed vertical line, tells us. It tells us we can actually map this out as a 1-for-1. Okay, so 30 minute channel or default, and whatever default, because it's greater than The default of it's 30 is greater than 22, which is the channel. We mark 30 pips up. We set our take profit up there. Okay, so, and when we go down with this information, if we want to go and time entry in, yep, using a smaller time frame. Now we've got additional information that allows us to actually have a destination, okay? Because the confirmed vertical line gives us a direction. It gives us an upward direction. We look up and we see where it can go. All right. So we've got an unconfirmed 30-minute. Our orange timing line is below a solid green center line. Okay, so it might have resistance, go consolidate sideways, etc. But I would like to get higher than that. Okay, so once it goes somewhere above that to there. Okay, so anywhere from here, we've already got 10 pips trade, yeah? Okay, so, and this is where having this and then popping and having your 5-minute chart there with your multi-chart. Slowly, slowly. I can see I should have invested a bit of time and made an Aussie multi-chart with this. Okay, so a good way to go and time this would be to wait for the orange line to come below this river center line. Okay. Over here, it's got a high, so it's not going to give us a dotted blue line to enter. Okay. So what we'll be looking for, I think at this stage, if we're going to go, if nobody's got another currency, I'll make the rest of the charts all Aussie so we can actually have a multi-chart view. So we have all the information that we could view at the same time. As you can see, having one chart only allows you to see the one chart, and the chart can only show you the information. And if it's got a reasonably current high, it has to show that it wants to go down, because when it reaches high, the shading is going to be pointing down because the indicator believes that's the current high. Okay, so okay. Looks like some of the additional things I've done. Okay, no, it wasn't there. It's one of these zigzags. Okay, I'm just going to quickly make them all Aussie since we're going to be looking at Aussie. Okay. Okay, so we'll wait for the chart to load up. There's the best way really to move through trading is just work around vertical lines, yeah? because that in that case we assess the vertical line, and if it's not confirmed, what we do is we follow it up where the alert came. Okay, so one more. Okay, so in this case, because we're looking for a re-entry in the confirmed M30, would be prudent maybe to do a multi-screen shot or have a look at it just before the open of each 5 minutes to see if there's a re-entry. Okay, so okay. Right, so the 15-minute is the one that we marked out. Okay, so now's a good time if you have any questions or anything you want to type up, you can type up. Okay. Okay, so yeah, much more, a lot easier, yeah? Why do I say that? Is now that I've got all things in front, you can see that Aussie hit a low this morning, probably around lunchtime. Okay, so what's there? Okay, so we can see the reason why there's an upward movement. All time frames, including the H1, had a current low. Okay, so, and that was at 11 o'clock. Okay, so if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, bottom left, where it gives all the information of time, it says 0400. We add 7 because the market opened this morning at 7. That makes it 11 o'clock. Okay, it had this low, and since then it's moved back up. Okay, so when a price gets a current low, what I would like to do, it would like to go and get back to average, in which case average in this case of the river is the center line. Okay, so you can see it move towards that on the H1. Okay, and the orange timing line is pretty much come across it. So both of those things have acted as a resistance, you know, that price found resistance and couldn't go any higher. And a couple hours ago, managed to spike through, but then close the next 2 candles both below it. So it's trying to move through there. The one I was actually spiked, and you can see that it's actually managed to go and reach another level, which another point of resistance or traction, point of attraction, the future line. There, yeah. Okay, so on the 30 minutes we see that because the 30 minutes I must have done an assessor, use that DPH assessor template, okay, because it shows the shaded support and resistance, yeah, and you can see price from this morning gapped right down to the bottom into the second support zone. Okay, found a current low, moved back up to the next shaded area, support band 1, and at that point, so when it passed through there, it had to go through the future line in the M30. Okay, so made it very quite strong point of traction. Okay, so because it hasn't got a diamond yet, our target would be a point above that. Okay, so, and it may only be a couple of points or a couple of pips to get it. So we've still got this green center line and orange timing line below it, showing that there's momentum up. Right, so price consolidating here, but on our 30-minute, it hasn't given up going there yet. Okay, so as you can see in the 5 minutes, it's current high there and it's got a channel. Okay, but if we look directly above to the chart above it, which is the 30, you can see that it's nowhere near the high from this morning. Okay, so it looks like there's a couple of questions. Okay. Okay. This, well, perhaps in some screenshots. I can check it later. I'll take a screenshot of mine now so I can compare. Okay. So let me just take a screenshot so I can compare them with you later. Okay. I've just taken screenshots of your screen went a little bit blank. Okay. So at this stage there, this is our target up, moving up. So and we've got reason, it's got reason as to why it's finding support here to go up. Okay, so Aussie's done a couple of movements already today. Okay, so it's done the gap. Now this is quite unusual for Aussie to go and gap 50, nearly 60 pips down, or gap 60 pips. Okay, that means in one 15-minute candle, it's possibly even a 5-minute candle, but in a 15-minute candle, first up this morning, it's on 60 pips. Okay, so it can't sustain that. Okay, so when it gaps, it actually tries to go back and fill the gap. So it's gone back 32 pips. Okay, so not a standard thing for Aussie to be doing. Okay, so if it's done too big, well, 60 pips, 30 pips, and it would look like after going back to the center line, it came back down probably about another 35 pips, and now it's come back up. So you're talking about 60, 30, 35, and a 40 pip movement for Aussie. Okay, so currency generally trends a minimum of 30%. It's already done more than 30% trending. Okay, because each of these moves were what is normal, usual range. Aussie generally works within a range of 40 to 60 pips, and it's pretty much done it 4 times a day. So now that it's consolidating, going sideways, it may do for, you know, another 10 minutes, might go for another 2 hours before it moves up there. Okay, it may even move back down to go up. Okay, so Okay, so it may go back down another 5 pips. But what we'd be looking for sometime tonight for it to go back towards the 70, you know. At the moment it's at 69,900. So that's what we're to fulfill its one to fulfill the 30-minute confirmed vertical line. Okay. So the price it got to there is 0.70007. So, you know, may go a little bit higher, may go to, but the minimum is it has to go past that. So we'll be expecting it to go past this point. Okay. So yeah, so even from this point, 10 pips, not 13 pips. Okay, so and if we could, if that trade presented in the 5-minute, we did this go down and presented us nicely with a blue vertical line, which it may, or have a jumping diamond, we may be able to go and get in perhaps with a, you know, a smaller risk reward. Okay, so price comes, the more it comes down, the smaller stop level, and going back up to what it has to go to, up profit be increased. Okay, so this is the way this trade would pan out. So, and the reason why it's doing that is because, as you can see, it's been pretty busy today up to this stage. So it just needs to consolidate, and the more it does this, the more it's going to go and pop them in a couple of candles, perhaps provide that movement up to fulfill 30 minutes. Hopefully that was helpful, and you know, now that you know what we'd like to do Mondays, and if the trade presents, we could probably all put the trade on at the same time. Okay, so give you some food for thought for next time. Okay, so any other questions? This is for this part, you know, yeah, it's just going to go and do small little steps up and down. So I believe there will be a better re-entry for that. But that's what vertical lines, the benefit of working vertical lines, and that's why we call it fulcrum trading, vertical line trading, is that everything's framed around an alert, and once that's confirmed, these are not assumptions, they're a high probability possibility. Yeah, that means confirmed. If one is true and this is the lowest and it's looking for a high, and vice versa. Okay, and it allows us to go and do our trade management lines and see where our destination is. Okay, so confirmed vertical line gives us the direction. A blue vertical line that's confirmed says the direction's up. Okay, so, and once you know it's up, to make it a trade, you're gonna have destination. Yeah. So, yeah. So even, yeah, balance point. So there's quite a few points, and if you've done your, people have report lines, whatever the report lines or reversal lines are there. Okay. So the balance point is a pivot point. Okay. The indicator that draws these rectangles or zones, it's actually working on the high-low close of Friday, and it works this out the pivot, and then it applies the Fibonacci sequence upon it. Okay, so I think that I hope you guys enjoy that format, because the best way to go and actually yeah, apply it to live trading Okay, so Monday night, by applying to live trading, it's actually going to bring up observations and rules, and it'll help reinforce style of trading and habit that we want to develop. Okay, I'll have this up, and next week when somebody does select a pair, I'll make sure that I put it in all four so we can have it look at in the multi-chart version. Okay, certainly makes it a lot easier than waiting each time for it to go and change from one time frame to the other. All right, so thank you for your time tonight, and I'll pop this up. And yes, next week, if you get in a little bit early and you've got something that's on the go on the chart or an alert, a confirmed line, we can go through there. A lot of times it'll actually give us a re-entry, okay, or an entry. So take care, and happy Mother's Day for Sunday for everybody for their Mother's Day. Yeah. So good night and take care.